not. Americans are suffering right now. Let me just show you a basic example right here. One of the MeidasTouch Network viewers just sent me this. It's her subscription to Maxwell House Dark Silk Roast Ground Coffee. So back on July 31st, 2024, she was paying $10.48 for this canister. January 22nd, 2025, paying $12.94 for this canister. April 16th, 2025, $13.75 for this canister of Maxwell House coffee. As I get to August and September, what do you think the number is going to be? What do you think it's going to be? All right, just see if you're right. As of July 13th, that same Maxwell House Original Roast Ground Coffee, $17.16. Then on August 21, 2025, Maxwell House Original Roast Ground Coffee, $21.44. So basically double the price. And that's consistent with the data that we're seeing. Inflation is surging right now. Americans can't afford groceries. Americans can't afford rent if they're lucky enough to own a home. They can't afford their mortgage. The psychological torture of living paycheck to paycheck right now is felt by most Americans. You're not alone if you're feeling that way. That's how most Americans are feeling. But the Trump family's going through a golden age right now, right? Trump's family announced last week a new company, Trump Vodka. Yesterday, another $1 billion. Saudi Arabia is going to be investing in a Trump Plaza as part of a new investment in addition to the other billions of dollars that Saudi Arabia has given to Trump Organization. Yesterday, Jared Kushner's company, Affinity Partners, which brought in about, I think, $5 billion in assets under management. $2 billion of that comes from the Saudi Sovereign Wealth Fund. Well, Kushner allegedly put together, well, we know that the deal was put together. I'm not sure how involved Kushner was other than being the face of this. He put together a deal of Kushner's fund, Affinity, AFFINITY, the Saudi Arabian Sovereign Wealth Fund known as PIF, PIF, and another private equity company. And they purchased EA, Electronic Arts, for $50 billion, the biggest leverage buyout in recent history, bringing Electronic Arts private, saddling the company with $20 billion of debt. Mostly all that money came from the Saudi Sovereign Wealth Fund. Mind you, the Saudi Sovereign Wealth Fund is basically what's propped up Kushner's fund to begin with. So it's Kushner's fund, which is really Saudi-backed, the Saudi Sovereign Wealth Fund, and another private equity firm. So Kushner's the face of now Saudi Arabia owning Electronic Arts, EA Sports, right? That's now owned by the Saudis, and Kushner laundered it through, if that's even the right word for it, through his private equity company, which is funded by Saudi Arabia anyway. Do you know how many deals like this are happening all the time to enrich the Trump family? They're getting super rich. Trump's bragging about 24 karat gold all over the White House, 90,000 square foot ballrooms. Well, the American people are suffering right now. I don't even want to play this video that Donald Trump posted last night of Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries in a sombrero with like a mustache. And then it's an AI slop video, and it has Chuck Schumer saying all of these things, all fabrications. Chuck Schumer never said these things. And it's like racist and anti-transgender and just real despicable stuff. And so while Americans are genuinely afraid right now of a government shutdown, a Trump, Jeffrey Epstein government shutdown, because Trump wants to cover up the Epstein files, right? That's why they're not swearing in the Democratic Congresswoman-elect from Arizona's 7th Congressional District, Adelita Grijalva. But as Americans are afraid, Americans just want their health care. Trump's already gutted their Medicaid. All the Democrats are saying is, look, we'll agree to keep this government funded. Like, we'll support it, even though you didn't talk to us. But you got to keep those Affordable Care Act tax credits in place. You got to extend them, because 20 million Americans are going to be kicked off of healthcare because they're not going to be able to afford the 80% increase in their monthly premiums. If you're under the